So what are 3 plotting pitfalls and how to avoid them? Number 1, your main character has to be at a place where he or she will stop at nothing to achieve their goal. And the goal has to be worth that kind of tenacity. In The Notebook, Noah will stop at nothing to pursue and be with Allie. In the Marvel movies, the comic book movies, the heroes have to set things back to rights. They have to make things right again. Number 2, the middle of your story is boring. So what do you do about that? In Pride and Prejudice, we see Mr. Bingley's pursuit of Jane Bennet. We also hear Mr. Wickham's side of the story. In The Notebook, Allie and Lon get together and Noah goes to war and then he starts rebuilding the house. So in the middle of your story, to make it not boring, to make it not have a lull, give us something that we haven't experienced before with one of the other characters. This could be an opportunity for you to focus on the subplot, or it could be an opportunity for you to explore the lives of other people that have a major part in the story. Number 3, and this might remind you of something you heard from high school, your ending is anticlimactic. So how do you do that? You give the audience what they want, but not in a way they expect. At the end of The Notebook, Allie and Noah do end up together, and they live a long life together all the way up until their death. We didn't know that we were going to watch them pass away. In Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy is the one that walks across the field to Elizabeth, whereas earlier in the story, they kind of made fun at Elizabeth for going for long walks like that and getting her dress dirty. At the end of every hero movie that does not end in a tragedy, he or she always is able to pull something off right when we think that they're going to fail, right when we think they're going to die. In the movie The Patriot, at the end, Mel Gibson is able to turn around just in time to either kill the enemy with the sword or the gun. In The Bridges of Madison County, she had a wonderful love affair, but she chose her family in the end instead of running off with a guy she barely knew. Let's be honest, she barely knew him. So we respect her for being loyal to her family. In the majority of stories, there's a twist, and that's to keep it from being anticlimactic. The twist is we thought it was going to end this way, but instead it ended that way. And the most memorable stories, whether it's a novel or a movie, we get the ending that we wanted, but not in the way we expected. What really sets audiences off and not want to see the movie or read the novel again or tell their friends about it, it ended up not giving them what they wanted and ended in tragedy, which of course puts the audience in a bad mood. In my very first novel, The Mason Jar, originally it had a tragic ending and I let some people read it before we pushed forward with mass distribution. I didn't allow the guy and the girl to get back together in the end, in the original version. And I had a middle-aged woman pull me aside and she said, "Russell, I understand why you did it and I understand why you told the story that way. When we read books, we go to books to escape. We already know what the real world is like. We live in it, we thrive in it, we struggle through it. And so when we escape into a story, we want it to be a good experience. We want to feel good in the end." And after she said that, I changed the ending to the story, had to rework some things in the middle to lead up to that believable ending. And from then on out, I decided every story that I wrote would be a satisfying ending in a good way to where the audience that hung in there throughout the entire story were rewarded in the end. So don't be anticlimactic. I hope that helps. If you got questions, if you got comments, leave them in the comment section and send this video to someone that you know could use it.